We're doing well, Coach. I think we're right at 11:30, so
Okay.
we'll let you go.
All right. Um, well, in the middle of another game week, so well into preparations for Georgia State. Obviously disappointing not being able to get the win last Saturday against UCF in our home opener and conference opener. But very impressed with with UCF and just I think that we all knew good football team coming into the game. I think maybe a better team than what they had last year. And I say that because, obviously everybody knows about their offense, the numbers they put up there, but I think they are improved defensively over what they were a year ago, especially in the secondary. But just a very solid football team. I thought that, our guys were ready to play, really felt good about our preparations coming into the game, felt good about where they were Friday night, Saturday morning, excited to play, ready to play. Came out, started the game off obviously very well. Opening drive, take it down, score, go up 7-0. Defense did give up a scoring drive, to UCF on their opening drive as well, but then really settled down and played pretty solid for the bulk of the first half. And, I've talked about it, numerous interviews, just, I said going to the ball game, got a ball security is going to be big, turnovers is going to be big. The 3 turnovers in the first half. Defense did a great job of holding them to only a field goal off those 3 turnovers. But, the culmination, I do think, took its toll towards the end of the half. Did not finish the half very well, giving up a couple of scores there quickly in the closing minutes of the first half. Came out, they scored on their opening drive of the second. And really, we struggled to get back into the game after that. A lot of bright spots. A lot of guys playing their first game as a Pirate. A lot of guys playing their first college football game ever. So, lots of positives to come out of it. A lot of things to correct, a lot to work on. But still, first game under our belt. It's good to finally be playing football again. So, challenging game this week. Georgia State, very, very impressive on film. I've known Sean Elliott for a long time, going all the way back to when he was an assistant coach at Appalachian and I was an assistant coach at Lenore-Ryan, and our paths have crossed numerous times over the years. So knowing him and kind of his personality, when I flip on the film, I see a team that looks like a team that's in, the coach has been there for a while, been able to build the roster. I think they play kind of, his style, very, very physical up front on the offensive line. Very physical up front, defensive line, linebackers, very aggressive defensively, tall, rangy, very athletic quarterback. Brad Glenn, the OC, was also an Appalachian State guy. He was at Western Carolina when I was at the Citadel. So, they have the style of, stand-up athletes there on offense that Brad likes. Dual threat quarterback, going to give us a lot of problems in the run game and the pass game. Coates is a very talented running back, older kid, runs with some power, has speed. I really thought that, they worked Louisiana Lafayette over pretty good for about 3.5 quarters. And, Lafayette broke a couple of long plays in the fourth to send it to overtime, was able to win it in overtime. But I promise you that's one that they, could kick themselves, feel like they let one get away right there. So talented opponent on the road, going to be a great challenge. Be a great test for our squad, and I look forward to us having a good week of practice and being ready to play on Saturday.
Okay, we'll open it up to questions for Coach Houston now.
Coach, you mentioned their dual threat quarterback. I think he had 15 attempts in the last game. Can you kind of compare getting ready for that as opposed to UCF? And will you use Tajee Hudson at all on the scout team?
It's funny you say that because, as we were talking Sunday night, and I was like, what he looks like? He looks like Tajee in a couple of years if you played him at quarterback, because of the athleticism, because of, the ability to throw it and run it, and the size. So, obviously a drastically different, offensive scheme than what we saw last week. Different quarterback than what we saw last week. I do think that, the combination of, Tajee and Ryan, will be able to, get us ready for the game. So I do feel good about our ability to give our defense a scout look. But, it's a deal where he's a talented athlete, just like Taji. So a lot of similarities.
Coach, your team seemed to be confident on Saturday. You lost some turnovers. You look like you generated more turnovers than you were given. And it looks to me like you've got a confident ball club. Talk about how little it would take for them to really begin to believe that they're going to win ball games on a weekly basis at this point.
Well, I think it's, going out and, you look up and it's 5.5 minutes to go in the half, and it was 13-7. It was 10-7 so much of the first half. If you could have had, if you could have, avoided those turnovers, if you could have gotten to the half like that, it would have done so much for confidence going into the half. When we watched the game with the players, I watched it with the linebackers and Coach Harrell Sunday afternoon, and, we had enough time to get to about that point before practice, and we cut it off, and I was like, the last shot was a scoreboard. I was like, what do you think? And Xavier was just like, it didn't feel like we were that close, and you were a one-score game right there. So I do think getting over that confidence piece is a big factor, for our older guys, for our younger guys, it's getting the experience. So I just think having some positive results, game in, game out, series in, series out, having us be able to put it together, hopefully for a win, where you win a tight game and make plays down the stretch. I think all those things are critical to the development of our team.
Coach, when you did look at that film, just wondering maybe what the ratio or kind of feelings of, did you have guys in the right spots and guys were there and UCF just made plays, or were there busts? What was that kind of like when you watched the film and broke it down?
I think there was a little bit of both. You had the plays like Jaquan McMillan down the left sideline on number 6. Great coverage. It was on number 1, the kid from Oklahoma. Great coverage. Jump ball. Jaquan goes between the hands and has it. Looked like I was expecting the ball to come out. Kid makes a great catch. So that's one of those things where Jaquan played it well. Coach Ellis is going to give him 1 or 2 small things he could do to play it better, but that's pretty good coverage. So that's a situation right there where, hey, great throw and catch, congratulations, move on. The touchdown when it's 13-7, they're going really, really fast. We're not quite set. They're not set. Snap the ball, touchdown right there where the safety gets beat. Our safety just, he was not in the right coverage. So you had a little bit of both.
Coach, given Georgia State's confusion with the COVID tests, what has your message been to your team this week, and what was your message to your team right when you guys found out that there was some confusion with those tests and it was just a false alarm?
Well, I told our team Sunday, I'd gotten word Saturday night. I couldn't tell you guys yet, but, I was pretty sure that was coming. And so I told our team Sunday I expected us to play the game this week. That whole deal, you feel for the players. You feel for those players there that, they lost a game and what they went through right there. Thank goodness they got it corrected. I've got a couple of guys in that situation, and it's just you feel for them when you have, it's hard enough going through this protocol and these procedures and following everything the way we do it. And then when there's hiccups and you have stuff like that happen, it just, boy, it really, it's tough mentally on those kids. And those are the ones I feel for.
Mike, I know among the projected starters against UCF, Chris Willis, it seemed like was the only one who wasn't active or didn't play, and he's back on the depth chart this week. Do you have an update with him at all? Could he play this week, or you think he'll still be out, or any update with him?
We're hoping. So I think good chance. We'll see.
Coach, going off that, the young defensive line, when you went back and reviewed the film,
Yeah.
How did you like their the way they competed out there?
Well, I think, so many of them are playing first college snaps ever. I mean, even I call D'Angelo McKinney a veteran. You know, he played his first defensive snaps of his career Saturday. Here's the things I liked. We had very, very few loafs. I mean, we track loafs. We have up downs for loafs on Sunday. And I mean, we expect maximum effort, and we had just minimal loafs on our defensive front Saturday. That is huge, because those are the kids usually that you have some problems with, because they're big guys, you know, teaching them to play hard. So I think that's a plus. I think you had guys like Xavier McIver. I mean, he showed that he has the physical power and presence to hold up interiorly against a very good offensive line. So I think that was positive. You know, some of the negatives, you know, just adjusting to the speed of the game, you know, adjusting to, you know, especially that tempo situation, you know, being able to execute the call at a high level. You had some issues there. I think that'll improve with every snap those players take. You know, Kareem Stinson was playing 3 technique on Thursday, and he played 5 technique on Saturday. You know, his first snaps, you know, working there came Friday afternoon in the walkthrough. So for him to go out and play 20 snaps, have 1 loaf, and you know, I think that's, you know, that's positive. It's got to be positive. Anybody that has not played in the trenches there just does not understand what it takes to compete down in there. So I come out pleased with the way they played Saturday.
On the offensive side of the ball, and young guys obviously in the backfield there, do you shake anything up at all? Did Keaton Mitchell earn some extra carries, or do you kind of still just see who has the hot hand this time?
Well, I think anybody that watched the game sees that Najee Harris and Keaton Mitchell belong. Everybody understands why we've been so excited about him. I hate Najee had the long touchdown run called back with a penalty, because, you know, first college touchdown, you know, you always remember those moments. So, you know, I think that both of them are going to be in the mix this week. I think that, you know, we'll see how practice goes this week, but you're going to see both of them on Saturday.
Coach, can you talk about Darius Penix and his situation coming into this week overall?
You know, just really, you know, feel for him and his family. You know, I told him it's been a year and a week or so since my father passed. I'm 48 years old. You know, he's, you know, 21 years old. You shouldn't, you know, you hate seeing someone go through the loss of a parent like that at that age. And he's doing okay. You know, I've been in contact with him constantly. He is back here with us right now. It's, you know, we're going to try to support him and just be there for him and just take care of him, you know, as a human being with anything and everything that we can possibly do this week and in the weeks to come. I mean, that's the other thing is, you know, everybody, you know, kind of checks in on you when something like that happens, but 2 or 3 weeks down the road's when, you know, sometimes that sets in. But, you know, he certainly had lost a mentor of his late this summer, and then to lose his father this past weekend. He's had a rough couple of months. So, you know, we're all praying for he and his family and just trying to do everything we can to support him, you know, right now through this time.
Coach, we talked about the receivers after the game, and when you went back and watched the film, were they getting separation? Was it UCF just guarding them tightly? Was it a combination of things?
Well, I mean, I think that UCF obviously had, you know, kind of a game plan for CJ coming into the game, you know, and doing some over-under stuff on him. Yeah, I'll tell you what, now 31, their nickel, he's a pretty special player. That was a very impressive performance in the way he was able to handle Tyler in the slot right there. And I think that that's why I said I'm impressed with them defensively, because in the secondary, you know, I thought they were much improved, and I thought they did a really good job of, you know, playing our guys Saturday. You know, we did have some issues getting some separation. But Audie, you know, it's good to see him get a couple of big plays there in the passing game. Shane Calhoun, first college catch. But, you know, certainly we struggled a little bit there getting open Saturday.
After the game, Holton kind of referenced just getting to the game. You know, you had so much doubt in the offseason, that type of thing. When you go from week 1 to week 2 now, I mean, do you think they over the weekend were able to at least breathe and, hey, I felt what a game felt like again, and you know, can kind of get rid of some of the stuff you've dealt with a little bit?
I'm sure. I mean, at least, hey, we played. You know, we played, and that's for much of the summer. We wondered if we were going to, and so to be able to you know, go out there and be able to, you know, play a game in a stadium, it had the feel of a college football game. Obviously, you know, challenging opponent, but exciting to get out there and be able to play that one. And you know, now we get ready. You know, once it starts, now that's one thing about the season. Once it starts, now it is, you know, a whirlwind, because Saturday goes straight into Sunday, Sunday goes straight into Monday, Monday straight into Tuesday. It doesn't stop. You're going to blink, and we're going to be on a plane Friday afternoon heading to Atlanta. So, you know, I do think that now just kind of getting into the flow and into the rhythm is important.
Are there any other questions for Coach Houston? Okay, Coach, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.